Self-Care Sunday. Today we are doing a look with all the products from our icon box that we got this week, or Friday for you guys. I've been trying to decide what all I'm going to use with it because I didn't get a full face. We're also trying a couple of other things that we got in advent calendars, but just a couple, and I'm not going to tell you what they are right now because I want you to be surprised when I open my advent calendars. But we'll see if anyone can guess just by watching. We're going to start out with our Glow Recipe Watermelon Toner because we still do need to do skincare, folks. I am not a huge fan of the smell of this. It doesn't smell like watermelon to me so much as it smells like green beans fresh picked off the vines, which might be a great smell for you guys, but for me, don't like green beans. But the smell doesn't stick around long, so it's fine. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. Now, I just washed my face and still dirt on my toner pad. I don't know. I don't get it. I used a really good cleanser. I like the cleanser. I plan to keep using that cleanser. But there's always dirt. It doesn't take much for there to be dirt. Okay, and I'm trying a new moisturizer that I'm trying not to drop on the box because I'm just using what's on the lid right now. And no, I'm not telling you which moisturizer I'm using because it's one out of an advent box, but I will tell you it smells amazing. It's a little thick and creamy going on, but I don't feel like that's necessarily a problem. I'm also sweating because it's really hot in my house. But it definitely gives you that dewy glass look. I don't know though, it's a little too much, so I'm just gonna pat just a little bit with a clean towel. Just dab dab. Now let's see if I can get the lid back on it because the lid is slippery as heck. But it smells amazing. It smells a lot better than that watermelon crap I had to put on. We start with foundation. We're using our Il Makiage foundation today. 2 pumps, all you need. And then my favorite beauty blender. It's pretty moist. Just a reminder, I use rose water to moisten it. You should always use a moist beauty blender. It helps even out your application. And it keeps it from absorbing so much of the foundation, which means more of the product ends up on your face instead of in the beauty blender you're gonna have to wash out and waste. And it doesn't seem like it would be that much, but you'd be surprised. You would be so surprised how much these little suckers can absorb. Obviously, I washed my hair today and I haven't taken it down, but it's pretty close to dry, so we'll deal with that at the very end. Tonight is trivia night. It's been 2 weeks. Hard to believe, but it's trivia night at the bar. It's not a bar. It's a burger joint. I don't know if I'm eating tonight, though. All right, so we're going to do this the Il Makiage way, which means now that my powder is on, we're gonna go do my eyeshadows while we're waiting for the powder or the foundation to dry. And we are going with our Natasha Denona palette, the Yucca palette we got, which means kind of tame, but we're gonna make it not quite so tame. I'm gonna go in with, I think the shimmery, no we're not, we're gonna go in with Citrine, which is kind of a yellowy green for our inner eyes. We're doing green today, folks. This is more yellow than green, but that's okay. It's just our first layer. These palettes are pretty, or these pans are pretty loose in the palette, which is kind of surprising. I don't know why they are. I guess so you could pop them out, but I'm not going to because I have found the little booklet that I pop pans into when my palette is almost empty tends to eat the eyeshadow. Like it crumbles it up. It's not pretty. Let's see. I need a good brush for this. Let's go with this one. Now we're going in with Willow, which is the medium tone green, medium to dark. And we're going to do most of our eye with this. We want to make sure there's a little layover and then extend just a little farther than we actually want it to go so there's some room for blending. This will help make it look super smooth. Okay, and last but not least, I need another little round one because I don't want a lot of this. We're going in with Calathea, which is the deep, like, army green. Now Army green comes in a lot of different colors, but this is like the dark army green that you see on like the pattern of the army camo. So I call it army green. It's also the color that trucks used to be and stuff, so I don't know if it's officially like army green, but that's what I go with, calling it that. So now that we've got a really good rainbow going, we're gonna grab a nice, soft, fluffy blending brush. And we're just going to start on the inside and brush back and forth. When I like how the inside blend is going, now we're gonna go from the outside in. I feel like both sides need a little more of the willow, the medium green, because they kind of overtook it. So let's just go back in with a little bit of that, because that's what I wanted to be my main color. That is not what ended up my main color. There we go. That's more what we were going for. I just wanted like a hint of a lighter color on the inside of my lids and a hint of darker on the outside, so you get that transition. I actually quite like this palette. It blends beautifully. And it makes my eyes look really light hazel, which I like. I'm going to forego any glitter today, which is weird, but we're going for a more grown-up look. Oh, that mirror is nice. I just peeled off the thing. Okay. So we're done with our eyeshadow. Our foundation is mostly dry. So now it's time to go in. Are there any spots that need cover more than normal? I think I'm going to go with my under eye here and here. And I'm using the Milk, what is this? I don't know. It's like their eraser. And I'm just trying to kind of a little bit erase my wrinkles, which it does a moderate job on. It does better if you put it on before your foundation, but I forgot. We're trying the Natasha Denona concealer. I do have some slight concerns because it's a medium yellow and my skin is very, very pink. But I'm hoping this kind of acts as a color corrector, because Lord knows I could use a little bit of color correcting. Alright, let's find a good brush for this. You know what, we're going to use our foundation brush. I just kind of feel like that's going to be the best for blending this. I feel like this was not the best brush for this. That's okay though. We're making it work. And I realized I forgot a step of my eyeliner. That's okay. That just means we're going to try something a little more difficult today. I do feel like that got rid of my under eyes a little bit better than my normal concealer does. So this has promise. So we're gonna try just very lightly lining my eyes. This is a brown. To add just a little bit of highlight around my eyes, make them stand out even more. No wingtip or anything. Okay, probably not the best expression of how this eyeliner works, but it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. And I have several eyeliners I'm going to need to try over the next few weeks. I do want to try a little bit of contour. I'm just going to go under the cheekbone, around the top, snatch the nose a little bit. I don't have that big a nose, so I don't really mind, you know, what I look like without it, the bronzer on. This has been the part that's been the hardest for me to get used to. So I did have a job interview today. I realized I have to talk about things. I can't just stare at the mirror. I did have a job interview today for a travel agency. It would be a work from home commission type thing. And I've done that before, kind of, sort of, not really. But it was with a company that was like, yeah, you can join under our number and you can take all the trainings from all of these companies and we're going to give you zero support and you build your own business. Have fun! I did not have fun. I sold one and that was it. Okay, now we're going in with our Rosie McMichael with Beauty Creations. Get that lovely peel off of the mirror. Ah, so satisfying. This is what we're working with. Let's open the cream. Hold it down slightly and grab my creme brush. Just wipe it across. and smile. That's very dainty. It's not applying a whole lot. I'm not mad at it though. No, I'm not mad at it at all. It looks pretty. And I'm going for semi-subtle today, contrary to my norm. I might have to kick an ass tonight, you know, so gotta be ready for that. All right, going in with our highlighter, which is super sparkly. And we're just gonna put 2 dots. 2 dots. Do a second dot. A little bit on the nose and then in the T. This stuff smells amazing. That probably gives away what Advent calendar it's from, but it smells amazing. And we're gonna go in with this guy and just pat, pat, pat. It gives more subtle a glow than I expected. I expected super intense. That's why I was so conservative with how much I put on. But it's not that bad. I can't wait to see it with the whole palette it came with and stuff. Oh, it's gonna be so pretty. But I probably won't. I don't know if I'll film that soon or later because it's not airing. The unboxing isn't airing for a while. Oh, it smells so good. So good. Smells like chocolate covered strawberries. It does not go with the toners. That goes with the brushes. And let's grab the Makeup Forever Translucent Setting Powder. And we're just lightly going to bake. And yes, I am baking my chin today because it's sweaty. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Cool. And time to apply the top coat. Again, we're going in with the same blush palette, but we're gonna go in with the darker color first, just a little bit kind of in the back and blending down to kind of mesh with the bronzer. And I have a very red face, so I'm kind of okay with looking a little flush around the edges. I'm going to anyways. So might as well lean into it, right? All right, now I'm gonna go in with the lighter pink on the apples and blend that. That went really hard right on the apple. I should not have started there. I should have started in the back a little bit. All right, I like this palette. I have to say, I do like it quite a bit. All right, now let's get a nice little highlighter brush. And we're gonna use our Makeup by Mario highlighter that I have been in love with lately. It provides such a beautiful glow, and it's not nearly as subtle as it looks in the pan. It looks like it's going to be mostly, you know, tan creams. No. It's fabulous. All right, now for the final step. I'm gonna take my Il Makiage palette and just a little bit of the bronzer here just to kind of smooth it out. Doesn't have such a harsh ending. Just want to blend it in there and around. A little bit more on the nose, a little bit more around the top of the head to give it more of a rounder shape. And I think it looks really good. Like, I'm very happy with this. I grabbed the wrong eyeshadow. We're not using Well People. We are using this one, the Persona. I knew it was a different color, but I grabbed the wrong color. So let's see how this does without being on 2 layers of already dry eyeshadow. And holy cow, this provides a lot of length. Wow, okay. I'm not mad at this. I am still gonna go in with something else just to add a little extra oomph because you know me, I like my eyes dramatic, and if I can't have dramatic color, I want dramatic length. We're going in with the Kat Von D and just curling up as we go. I don't use an eyelash curler because I don't find that it works that well for me. But yeah, these look long enough to be fake. Wolf might even be jealous of these eyelashes, and Wolf has the longest, most beautiful eyelashes on a person I've ever seen. It's totally wasted on him though, because they hit his glasses and they're blonde, so unless you're like really up close and personal, you can't see him. And he won't let me put mascara on him, little jerk. Okay, he's not a jerk, but he needs mascara. It would be amazing. All right, last step, the Laura Gellier, how about Laura Mercier? I can speak. Lipstick. It is a lovely pink. Does it need a lip liner? Maybe just a little bit. That's like the same damn color. That ain't gonna do shit. Sorry, but it's not. How about this deeper? Nope. I should have put it on before I did my lipstick. It's not gonna do shit. That's okay. That is okay. We don't need lipstick or lip liner with this particular lipstick. But yeah, I like it. I'll be back when my hair's done. Hair still needs to dry, but here's the final look for Girls Night Trivia. Hopefully the curls will stick and define more. I'm gonna keep going like this until my hair is totally dry. But yeah, this is the most curls I've gotten. And it's just using the Olaplex. I didn't do anything else, so. Bye guys, wish me luck.